Hello, everybody. It's Giancarlo here. Just wanted to say hello. We're going to wait a little bit longer. I believe we have a few more people that have signed up, and I always like to give people the chance to funnel in. But can everybody hear me okay while we wait? You can just message that in the chat, and that'll be where you also post questions later on. Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's give it like one more minute. I'm gonna set everything up on my end, and then we'll get this started. All right, well, looks like everybody is here that is supposed to be here. So I will get started. Derivatives trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. What do we have on the agenda today? We have an introduction to EdgeProX, an introduction to EdgeClear. I will be going over the EdgePro Line, TPO charts, and then the end is just a Q&A. So that is going to be your area to ask me live questions. What is EdgeProX? EdgeProX is an all-in-one solution for active traders with MBO capabilities, volume profile and TPOs, native order flow tools, fully functional with 300 plus studies and indicators. There's indicator layering. It's native to Windows, macOS, and Linux. Runs on Rithmic, CQG, or IQFeed. All the features are available for the low price of $34.99 per month. What else does it offer? It offers the heat map, volume imprint, volume profile, TPO, advanced DOM, simulated trading, replay mode, cross-instrument trading, cloud levels, EdgePro Line, OHLC lines, time and sales, and then, of course, as I said, the 300 plus indicators. What is EdgeClear? We are an independent futures brokerage created by traders for traders with an award-winning team, multiple clearing relationships, experienced team and founder, Futures Trader 71, continuously innovating and building. We are trader inspired. So what we'll start with is going over the EdgePro line. What is the EdgePro line? The EdgePro line is a custom study that we built for EdgeProX. This is a what do they call that? Hold on, let me get it pulled up first. So you can pull up indicators in an easy way through Control T, EdgePro, type in EdgePro line. Oops. Add this to your chart, hit create. This is going to show your theoretical average. So as I enter into trades, this is going to display a line on my chart where my theoretical break-even price is. Let's see if this is a good example of this. And if it's not, we can always just hop into some trades. So you can see the EdgeProX or the EdgePro line showing you how many trades were bought, how many trades were sold. All of that information is in those circles. And then I will actually just throw on some trades to show you what this looks like, so you can actually see this in action. Let's just go all the way over here. All right, so as I buy and sell, you should be able to see the line get created. So if I zoom in, you'll see this little line get created. And as I hold this position or buy more, it'll either go up or down relative to where my break even is. The one thing to note as well is this can be actually displayed in the DOM as well. You can do this via going to the DOM preferences, going over to price column, and then adding in the TPO average. Once you add this in, the same information will display on your DOM. It's all relative to where you want it to be. So let's say I added another position. See how the line is now going lower and lower as my break even comes closer and closer to where I entered. So now I'm in, and then as I enter into positions, the circles are showing where I bought in terms of price. And then if I sell, it should bring that lower. So you can see this in action here, and then the other thing that I like to point out as well with this is you don't have to have those circles on. So you go to all settings, you can just hit none, and this will get rid of that information, just showing you the line. This is something else to keep in mind. So you can see where you are entering and exiting the trades as throughout time. So right now, this is where my theoretical break even is. Let's flatten all of this. Now the trades closed. So that is the EdgePro line. If you guys have questions about this, please feel free to put in the chat. As always, I will answer most of those live questions at the end, but going back to the presentation. TPO charts. I wanted to touch briefly on the TPO charts. I've been getting a lot of questions about these, so I wanted to kind of just touch on them and see, just kind of re-go over that. Wow. All right. So, oops. Let's fix this scaling here. There we go. All right. So this is our TPO chart. So this is a TPO chart. We'll edit this now. So one thing I wanted to show that we have capability of doing is if you right click on the TPO, you can merge with the previous profile. So this is today and yesterday's TPO combined into one profile. The other thing I wanted to show is you can have your, we'll unmerge this. So by right clicking, undo merge. What else you can do is if you go to the all settings, there's a lot of different information inside of these settings. So for example, what you can do, RTH only, this will only show the RTH hours on the TPO charts. If I go back into the settings, the other thing that I get a lot of questions on is the letters. So aligning the letters is pretty simple. Just select align letters, apply, update, and you will now see that your letters, which if I zoom in at the bottom here, there we go. You'll see that, I don't know why that's being really weird there, but nonetheless, you can see that the letters are aligning here. So this is where you can enable that setting. Zooming out. All right, interesting. For some reason, my mouse is scrolling left to right. Don't know why I was doing that, but so going back into the settings, all settings, display. I'm just going to turn this off because I don't use this. The other setting that I like to have on my TPO charts is cell width and then constraining the width. So I like setting my cell width to about 25, applying and updating it. What this is going to do is this is going to allow us to constrain the width between each TPO so that they don't overlap each other. So as you can see here, it's not overlapping. So if you're looking at a range of different TPOs, it actually, you have to zoom out really far for it to overlap like so. But if you're looking at it here, you can see that a lot of them do not overlap, which can be useful when doing studies and research and whatnot. Going through the other settings, splitting regular session versus extended session. This is another setting that you can enable. Just pushing that, and it splits the TPO for you. Going in, setting value areas. We have also the IVR and setting all of these different IVRs. The volume profile. So we have the TPO on the right and then the volume profile on the left. You don't have to have that. If you go back into the settings, you can just turn this off like so. So if I hit apply, you will not see the volume profiles anymore. I find it helpful and useful, but that's just that's just my opinion. Continuing forward, the sessions, this is just changing the colors within the TPO to certain sessions that you have. And then this is just the visibility. So bar size, you can change the bar size to something different. This is here, and then that's to me nothing relative to the TPO. All right, so that is the basic settings of the TPO charts. If there's any questions on this, again, feel free to just throw those in the chat, and I'll get to those towards the end. Or, well, actually, funny enough, it's Q&A time. So if you guys have questions, please feel free and throw them into that into the chat. But change TPOs to align with the traditional lettering. So like I just showed, funny enough, I actually was able to answer this there. Shrink the price. So somebody asked how to shrink the price axis. Can scroll with the DOM, but can't shrink charts at all. So this is something that comes up a lot as well. So if you go to the EdgeProX Active, and if you were to first open up your chart, what you may find is, so if I go, you're probably thinking, why can I not do anything here? Or if I'm scrolling left to right, I can't scroll up and down on my DOM. What's going on? What you need to do is, let's get rid of those arrows. What you need to do is you need to turn off the scale price graph with DOM. If you have this scaled to the DOM, it is going to scale your chart to your DOM. Turn this off first, and you should be able to scroll left to right, but you probably still can't scroll up and down. And you can also now move and shrink your charts like so. You still can't free move the chart. If you turn this off here, this is auto scale. This allows you to move the chart freely. You can do whatever you want now. Shrinking the price axis is, if you go to the top part and drag down, it is going to shrink down. Same thing from bottom up. You're going to notice it's shrinking just the bottom half. But if you go towards the middle, it shrinks them both equally. So I like, if you're trying to make this smaller, you can just go right to the middle and shrink it. And just keep doing that until it's to your scaling or liking. Zooming in and out, just use the scroll bar or the scroll dial on your mouse, scrolling in and then adjusting these like so. There you go. So just turning that off is how you would be able to have free range of the chart, and also shrinking and stuff like that. That's how you would do that. The other question they asked is, how do I import studies? Importing studies is actually not too difficult, so I will show you how to do that now. If you go into, if you press Control T and head over to the bottom, this is how you import studies and strategies. So just refreshing, going to Control T, import, dragging the files that you are going to be importing here. So if you just hit add, that is how you do that, and it'll bring that up, and you can go through and do that yourself. That is how you import studies, and then that is all the questions that were pre-submitted. Did anybody have any other questions while I have the time? This usually runs for about 30 minutes, so we can take 10 minutes worth of questions if there are any, or we can end this early, depending on what we have here. So let me know. Just throw those questions in the chat. So although this is a white label of MotiveWave, I do not believe you can upload the MotiveWave studies. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to check with you, but I don't believe we can import those MotiveWave studies. Let me go back in there and check for you. All studies, import. Yeah, it says jar jar files, Java archive, because this is it's coded in Java. So I do not believe we can do the TML format. So yeah, that is we wouldn't be able to support those TML files. This is only for the Java archive files. So maybe you can have them either uh, trans um, transformed into the jar files, or having them rewritten. Those would be a couple other options. Hopefully that answers your question. Does anybody else have any other questions? Cool, awesome. Well, hopefully I touched on everything that everybody was looking to have accomplished in here. I believe, again, with these studies, I believe we can, I would try regardless to upload them and see what happens. But then again, I'm not entirely sure what that is going to do. I don't think, I know EdgeProX is a white label, so it doesn't support those TML files that you probably have, but doesn't hurt to try, because you can always just reset. If you go, let's say it messes up everything in here, you can always just reset this by going to configure, layout, reset layout. And so if I hit reset, it'll change everything back to the default version regardless. Awesome, cool. So the other question was, please review how to change the current contract and trade the MES with the ES, so cross trading. Fantastic. So all you have to do is I'm currently cross trading the MES right now. So I'll turn that off and I'll show you how to do that now. So if I want to look and trade the MES, but look at the ES, all you have to do is right click on your current chart and then cross trade MES U1. And this will be different relative to whatever product you're looking at. So if I wanted to trade the NQ, let's pull that up. Cool. I'm gonna look at this, and let's say I want to cross trade the MNQ. Same deal. Right click, cross trade MNQ. Hopefully that answers your question. So this is how you would change that. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if that doesn't help. I wouldn't use, the other thing that I do like to point out, I point them out in most of my webinars, is changing from the continuous contract to the actual contract. So you can even go, so if I did NQ U1, U1, it applies the same way. You just right click and you'll see it there. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if that wasn't clear. And if it wasn't clear, just let me know what else I can do to help. The other question was, currently my settings go from, this is with TPO charts. So currently my settings go from the letters to the numbers, not keeping letters corresponding with a 30-minute TPO. How do I change that? So let's see if I can figure that out. If I zoom in, so you're saying when you align the letters, it's showing something. Let me see if I can get this on here. So let's align the letters. We align the letters. Boom. Apply update. Okay, so now let's go like a different day. Seems like can't zoom in there. All right, so you're saying that there's the numbers aren't corresponding with them, right? That's what you're saying. So you're saying there's numbers corresponding, but rather than the letters. Let's see. So, because this is automatically set to, I'm not sure why yours is I mean, I'm not doing anything differently. So if I go to the all settings, display, make sure that let's see what else this could be. I would say just selecting align the letters, because usually, at least from what I believe, the numbers, let's check, let's see if I do this, what happens. Let's zoom in. Not sure why it's showing those numbers. I forgot why. I know why that happens. I've done it on accident before. Let me try and figure that out. I believe it has to do row totals update. Let's see. There you go. So you have row totals selected. That's what it is. So you have maybe the row totals selected. There's numbers there. I would also go back in and use historical minutes. Going back in, making sure the letters is selected, and I would also make sure that you don't have extended letters, just the letters. Turning off row totals. Try to find what else would it be. Sessions, options. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why you're seeing those. Yeah, that's perfect. You can look at the settings that I have and try and mimic them. This is exactly what I have set up. I'm not entirely sure where we would be going, where would be different. But everything I have here is the way I would set it up personally. So here's the display for that. That's how I would set this up. Hopefully that helps. It should fix it. I'm not, again, there's like one setting I know, maybe even having volume or selected instead of like something, it'll be something small that I'm not entirely sure. I believe it might be splitting regular session. I'm not entirely sure, but just have my settings here. These will all be posted on YouTube as well. So if you didn't get to take a picture or you didn't get to look at it, you can easily just go to the YouTube channel and rewatch this as many times as you please. Let's go back into here, turn this off. All right, so was there any other questions that anybody had? Hopefully these people are finding this to be useful. Sometimes I still get stumped, like with the question I just had. I wasn't sure what the problem was there, but hopefully we can get that fixed, and hopefully my settings will fix it for you. All right, let's see. Is there any more? Got like 5 minutes left, and then we can end this. All right, so the last question is, once I place a bracket order, how do I change the limits? All right, so this is for the advanced DOM. So if I turn on brackets and let's say I put in an order here, you're not going to be able to change these. These are not changeable. This is actually something we're working on getting fixed. You would only be able to change the entire bracket. So I can move the entire bracket. But once I get filled on this order, I can now move those brackets and separate them, because now they're separate orders. So now you can move these like independently and have those be separate essentially. And so that's how you would do that. That just keeping in mind that when you have them on the chart, notice that when there's an asterisk next to it, you're not gonna be able to move this. But if there's no star or asterisk next to it, you can then take it and move it up like so. And same thing with this. If I wanted to drop this, if I wanted to come down or whatever, and let's buy to market and move this all the way up and drop this down or whatever, that's how you would do that. It's just handling them like so. So yeah, you'll need to get filled first before you can move the orders, correct? So, all right. Well, as always, if you have questions, please visit our knowledge base. Those are articles that were written by me. I was able to it was just most of the knowledge base articles are going to be fairly basic. We are working on getting either more YouTube videos up on the channel from me, just recording them or something like that. Trying to figure out how to do this for you guys. So, if you have questions, you don't have to, you can go and find those answers on the YouTube channel or an easier way instead of coming, to the webinar, which I know these probably help with live questions. If you need me to show you live, that's always an option. So we do have a YouTube channel where these videos are, where there's other support videos and other things. You can go check it out. That's the link to the channel. This will be on there roughly in about 1 to 2 days. You guys can rewatch these videos a million times. Like and subscribe. That'll get us up on the YouTube charts there. That'd be fun. Email us at EdgeProX@EdgeClear. It's another way to submit a ticket with us. Anything like that. Those are all ways to reach out. And if you don't have a live account with us, I'd love to open up an account for you. I am a broker here, and I do have some of my clients that watch the webinars, and I know they appreciate what I do, and I appreciate them as well. So love to help everybody out, and hopefully we can work together. So thank you for coming, and have a great rest of your Wednesday. Happy trading, everybody.